Let's make over this really neat metal umbrella I found at a thrift store. So first I'm going to take this rose gold metallic Rust-Oleum spray paint and just give it a really good once over so the entire piece. Then I went back with this gold brass colored spray paint just to kind of highlight some more of the areas because I didn't really want a flat look to this piece. And finally, this black Rust-Oleum I added just to some key spots to make sure that there was black that picks up the black in these napkins. Now I'm just taking a rotary cutter and cutting Mackenzie Child's napkins so that they fit in the panels of the umbrella piece. So this was just my way of creating a pattern. You can totally do this however you want, but I just thought that it would be a good idea to create a pattern first for all 4 of the panels of this metal umbrella and use my rotary cutter to do so. Now, this was a little tricky in some of the curved parts, but the rotary cutter really came through. Now, the napkin wasn't long enough to reach the bottom of the umbrella, so I went ahead and cut a second piece at the bottom to fit just right. Now, once I finish cutting this piece to fit the insert, I'm going to tape the 2 pieces together with just some regular clear tape on the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this pattern and use it to continue making the other 4 panels for the metal umbrella inserts. Now I decided to do 2 of the Mackenzie Child's check and 2 of the Mackenzie Child's floral napkins to create this fun look. When it got to the floral napkins, they were a little bit smaller than the buffalo check napkins, so I had to decide which side of the pattern I wanted. So just keep that in mind if you're going to use a napkin with the pattern, that you make sure the pattern is facing the way that you want it to face. And so I just faced it where it didn't have the check edges on it because I just thought the cleaner look looked a little bit better. And then I repeated that for the second napkin that I used to create the length. So it took 2 buffalo check napkins for this project, and it actually took 4 of the floral napkins for this project because the floral napkins were just a little bit smaller than the buffalo check napkins. So just repeated this on the final floral napkin, and the rotary cutter was definitely key in creating a clean cut for these patterns. So then I again just taped it all together so that they wouldn't go anywhere when I was going to be Mod Podging them onto the project. Now, I have all 4 panels ready to go, ready to completely glue onto the metal umbrella, and it is just super cute, super fun and easy. I'm taking just a little bit of Mod Podge on a regular chip brush and really pushing it down into the grooves. It is a hammered metal piece, so there's a lot of bumps, and I want to make sure to get the glue down in all of the grooves. Now separate the napkins. There were actually 3 layers of this napkin, but for the buffalo check panel, I just used the first 2 layers, and I used the Ziploc baggie hack just to kind of smooth over where I have added the napkin. It really is a great idea. You can also use plastic saran wrap, but I used Ziploc baggie and it really worked. So when I got into the groove, there's like a little groove at the bottom, and I had to use the rotary cutter on it just to kind of get it in there perfectly. And then on the floral napkin, again, there are 3 layers, and I ended up just using the 1 single tiny layer for the buffalo check napkin. The floral napkin. And again, I'm using the Ziploc baggie hack to just smooth out where the Mod Podge was and keep it separate from my hands. Now I'm putting on the second panel piece for the floral napkins. It just goes beautifully right into place with the Mod Podge, and I'm telling you, this was the most fun, most easy way to dress up this metal piece. Now again, I decided I didn't want that check piece in the middle, so I just trimmed it again with the scissors last minute. As long as the Mod Podge is still wet, you can very carefully remove your napkins. But the floral napkins were so small, I had to actually end up using 3 little cuts instead of 2, like the buffalo check only took 2, but this 3rd little piece was needed for the floral napkins to fit. So I just tucked it right inside the toe of the umbrella and then trimmed the piece adjacent to it just to make sure that it fit, Mod Podged right over that, and then cut it with the rotary cutter, just a little snip at the edge just to kind of make it fit in there beautifully. I did this to all 4 panels and it turned out so adorable. I decided at the last minute to add this Gilder's Paste Wax. It is in the color gold. I put it on all of the spines and the toe of the umbrella, as well as the umbrella handle and all the little highlight parts, the little balls at the top, and just really anywhere that I felt like it needed just the extra pop, and the gold really picked up on all of the napkin colors. I absolutely love this final touch that was added. You can use as little or as much as you want, and I just applied it with my finger. So you can see where I'm just taking the black, adding the gold back in, and it really, really pops. Once you have finished this, that is it. You can put whatever you want into this project as far as the container goes, and I ended up putting it on my front door with spring florals. I think it pops. It was so beautiful, so much fun, and I hope you enjoyed this DIY. If you did, consider hitting the notification bell and subscribing to the channel today.